Hello guys, how you doing? I'm gonna be showing you some steps. Hello guys, I'm gonna be showing you some steps on how to draw realistic lips and how to fix some errors on your lips. Some people always tell me that they used to have mistakes on your drawing. The problem is when you're drawing a thick line and when cleaning it, you always see the traces at the background because the more you clean, the more you have more mistake. But when you know the techniques and the basis in drawing your lips, you have no problem. I promise you have no problem in anything at all. Please subscribe and like for you to see more updates on my next video, please. So I'm going to be showing you how to draw. First of all, I used to tell my students to be very careful whenever they are drawing because you don't want to see straight stuff lines in your drawing. So you have to make it very invisible, as if you're not even drawing anything. So I used to put them through because when drawing something like that and you're drawing that's making mistakes and you're seeing and you're clean, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So I'm gonna draw in a cross, you can say cross. I'm gonna put a dash, as you can see. Just study the steps and you're gonna know every basics and every excuses in lip drawing. So no one's gonna be telling you how to draw lips or how to teach you or how to make you be a best lip drawer. You're gonna know it by yourself. So at the same time, I'm gonna make another center lips over there. So after doing it, I'm going to make a straight line to attach the other side. So doing that, I'm always very careful because I don't want to rush anything, because when rushing you're gonna make a whole lot of mistake and we do not want that, right? Good. So you can see that step-by-step drawing is one of the best thing I love drawing in my drawing. So I'm gonna be shading the other one. Now I just want to fill out some lines, some thick line, so I won't make a mistake. So I'm gonna shade in the other one. So you can see the shadings also have its own perspective. Some people shade and they don't really get what they want because they don't know the perspective, because shading has its own perspective and errors in shading. So you can see that lines are showing. When you're shading, your lines are not meant to show, because even though you blend it, you will not see your lines are going to be showing. You will not see any blending thing, and we don't want that, right? Good. So when blending and you have thick lines, your blending will not be smooth. So you can see I'm going to give you a practical before going to the real realistic lip you're going to be using for practical. So go along with me. So this I'm gonna be cleaning because we don't want to see lines or straight stuff lines in our drawing. You can see how perfect it look. Even though I clean it, there's no any line and any mistakes at all. So I'm going to show you some diagrams and excuses. If you want to draw a bent lips, you have to study. You don't just rush in your lips. I love studying a lot of diagram because when I study, I enjoy it a lot. Are you getting? I enjoy it a lot. So the position of that lip is following that other things I draw. So if I don't do that, I won't know what to draw. So that column step by step identify the two lips at the tops. So I'm always very careful. So let's go back. So look at this lip. I love studying my lip, and my shading is always very careful. It's no need of you sharpening your pencil to be so point and so long, because when you're shading, it's going to get break. So you're going to be shading it step by step, like little by little. So little like so. Watch and let me tell you this part. I don't like talking. So you see. So you see, very light. Like, let me just give you an example. Powder, like a dozen powder. So when you just blow it, it blows away. But this other one, where you blow it, you see some particle, some dust, some sands. So no, we don't want that. So I'm gonna be blending it very light, because if I don't do that, it won't be very good, and my blending will not come out good. So I'm going to be doing the upper lip making sure that the light at the center. Make sure you study this particular one. So it's not compulsory you use a blending stone, but as a new one that you don't understand, as a fresher and you don't understand the procedure, you can use a brush to blend. It's always very good, because whenever I use a brush on my canvas, it always give me what I want. So if I also use my blending stone, I also enjoy it. But so for those people who do not want excuses in your drawing, you can use any techniques that you want. That's it. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing some straight lines. So I'm going to be following some dimensions and making sure I'm trying to make out some thick lines that will bring out the squeezing of the lip. You have to do some realistics for people to be able to understand that this is a lip. When you do a flat lip, it doesn't always come out the way you always wanted it to be. So we want a good looking lip. We don't want excuses. We don't want any error. So we're going to be taking step by step. So step by step is not an hurry stuff. It's always like taking it. So I'm going to be outlining the other part. Outlining is like making a straight line. I'm blending it to the upper, not to the middle. Just blend it to the upper, and make sure your outline is thicker, because when it's a little bit thicker, so you can just vanish it, making sure there's no line showing at all. You can see this other drawing, there's a line showing because you didn't blend it to the upper side. So when you blend it to the opposite just a little bit, it's according to the way your drawing is, because this one I'm drawing now is a very light lip. So I'm not going to be darkening it, and I'm not going to be blending it up. So you can see I'm not drawing that line. I'm going to be drawing, that's not the way it's going to be, because I'm going to be blending it. You can see you can blend it to the lower part, you can blend it to the upper part, depends. So now I'm blending it to the lower part. So when I'm blending it, I'm always very careful that my middle lips, what I mean by the middle lips is like the other side that has light over there is not being covered. So whenever I make that outline, it gives me inside deep touching. It look as if my work is going inside, like it's going inside and it's being carefully being touched. So that's it. So I'm gonna be leaving this time, and I hope you're getting it right. So you can see the outlining I'm doing, blending it to the upper, not rushing at all. See, touching it again. Realistic, it doesn't always rush. You don't rush it, because when you rush your lip, you're gonna make a serious mistake, and you don't want that, right? Good. So step-by-step lip tutorials are always very good, and if you don't really understand how to draw lips, you can still browse it online. Go online and study it, because when you study more, you understand more. So practice it and buy some handouts. What I mean by handout, there's some drawing, like art drawing outside that is for sale. You can just go and cross-check it. Make sure your lips are looking good and your work are looking so realistic as possible. So that's the blending stone I'm talking about. It's good. So now I'm going to be shading this one. So this is what people do to make a thick line, and we don't want that at all. So when making thick line and not shading it, like shading means like outlining, it's not always good, but it's good and it look okay, but it won't look realistic like the way you want it. So they look like in professional, and because we want professional work, we want people to patronize your work, you have to bring out the good, the best. Make sure it's looking good and no errors is untouched. drawing it, people want to patronize your work because your work is different from the rest. So I'm still outlining it, making sure I always spend time in my drawing my lips. I don't always rush it, because whenever I rush a particular lip, it doesn't turn out well, even though the person like it, but I'm not always satisfied. So I'm going to bring it out the skews in my lip, on the lip I'm drawing. So those skews make it look more real, and then applying some light that make it look so more sparklish. So after blending it, I'm going to be bringing out some details with my brush. That is the skin. So that is an outlining, but it's not really an outlining because I'm blending it down. So I'm blending it down, so I don't want any mistakes, I don't want any errors in my drawing at all. So you can see I'm blending it down, so I'm shading it with the skin so it will be blend and to look so real. Because if I don't do that, that upper lip won't come out, it won't burst out. So always make sure you study your lip, you don't just rush it. Because so now I'm putting on my highlight. My highlight, the material I'm using is charcoal white. You can get it in any art shop like Art World. You can get it, it's quite expensive, but the one you can afford. But I'll advise you to use a real realistic one that whenever you're using it, you're gonna get it. But this one is not charcoal, it's pencil. There's a particular pencil that in your color pencil, or you can see it in your color pencil. That's your color pencil. The color pencil has grade, so you can see it there. So you can just use it and you can just buy it. This one is like oil. Charcoal white is like charcoal, so you won't really get what you want at the right time. So I'm going to put on some highlights, making it extremely realistic. I don't want it looking so bender or looking so ugly. So, and see, yeah, so that is it. Yeah, so I'm still touching that part because I have to make sure I'm not missing out. So that's it on our shading. You can see there's no any mistakes. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, so, and please like, so I'm just touching it. So that's all. Thank you for watching.